Welcome to Your American Dream. I'm Anisha Jennings, and today we're diving into the world of digital community building with a woman who's brought Swiss precision and American innovation together to transform local businesses' visibility. Get ready to discover how chocolate lover turned digital pioneer Gabi Johnson is revolutionizing how communities connect. Hello, Gabi, and thank you for being on my show.
Well, thank you, Anisha. It is such a pleasure and an honor to be on your show. What a wonderful platform and a voice you're providing out there.
Thank you so much. So tell our listeners all about Gabi Johnson.
Well, that will take a long time, so I'm just going to make it a very small nugget. I'm Gabi Johnson. I was raised in Switzerland, and I came to the land of dream, America, in 1991. I was actually sent by my company in Europe to open their distribution ship in New York City. And then I met my husband, and in 1994, we got married. And in 2002, we got our first son. Well, our only son was born. So, this is a little bit how I arrived here in America. I was really just coming here to before, establishing the distribution and then coming back to Switzerland, but that never did happen.
Thank you. Yes, it's a nice story, and we're so glad that you decided to stay.
Oh, thank you.
So, how has your Swiss background influenced your approach to building digital communities in America?
Well, originally it wasn't digital, so my expertise was actually very greatly appreciated into the business I was before, who was marketing development and business development. And actually, it was a French product that needed to have a voice in America without losing the integrity of the European flavor. So that is why they sent me here originally. But then we kind of pivoted when, after a little while, it is exhausting to live into your suitcase. So when we got married and we established ourselves, and when our son was born, we decided to shift and to become a voice for the local community. And this is where my husband created a digital platform called yotowntube.com. And basically, it is the voice for the community through video content. So that's where we are at today, a few years later.
Nice, nice. So, what inspired you to create platforms specifically focused on video content for local businesses?
Well, now you need to remember at the time, Facebook was just picking its head out of the pack. YouTube was really the platform that was generating something exceptional in question of video content. But let's face it, if you are a local business and that you put your video content, except if you have a voice that is really global, you will get just lost into the brouhaha of YouTube. So we noticed that. And actually, Mike came across a video that was from a local restaurant. Very well done. And at the time, remember, we didn't have the phone we did have today. Video content were done by videographers like us. It will cost you a lot of money to produce one video. And that is exactly what they had done. They had done this beautiful video, but only 20 views on that video. So when Michael noticed that, he said, what about creating a platform where exactly, kind of mimicking that, but to a local community where experts from the local community could be viewed by their community. And that is how we created a platform, video driven, where people then from the local community could place their video, upload their video, share their content, and start to network with each other and start to be viewed by the people that live in that community. And that was very important and near to our heart.
Both of you are such a sweet couple, and you guys are doing amazing work for local businesses. So we appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Can you share a success story of how your platforms have transformed local businesses' visibility?
Yes, I love the story that at the time Mercedes-Benz of Princeton had sponsor a program for the Big Brothers and Big Sister. And so we were their video arm, and we had developed a whole series of little video stories. But I think that when we arrived to the gala that they had once a year, they roll out one of the video from the little talking to their big. And I think half of the room had teary eyes. And I remember, at the time, the director of that project was saying it is amazing how this project of video has revolution not only who we are into the community, but our phone is ringing off the hook for people to come and help, as well as donating their time and their money. So when you are able to capture really those moments, like yesterday, we had, or Sunday, we had homeworks that is breaking grounds in Trenton. And that is a project for young ladies to be able to have a place where they can stay, they can learn, and perhaps they will never have done that if they didn't be part of that project. But we were talking about it. It was like, okay, you had the photographer, but then we were here capturing those young ladies explaining how they came out of their shelf, out of their comfort zone. They build up confidence. They developed a voice and a character, and they learned so much thanks to homeworks, and that is something that you cannot do by writing a blog or taking a picture. So those are my stories.
Love it. I love it. So you have 3+ million monthly viewers. What's been your secret to growing such a massive local audience?
I think the secret is first of all, we do a lot of things that help nonprofit organization. And also we have established a group of influencers into the area that are people that are really in touch with their community. They have a huge network. And through our newsletter, the Mercer Influencer newsletter, we are able to share content and then multiply that force, because each of the influencer really share their content with their own network. And that is kind of exponentially growing the view. But I think that is just a question that people want to see what either their friends are doing into the community or their competitor are doing into the community. And therefore, that brings a lot of views.
Absolutely. That makes sense. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
So how do you balance maintaining European quality standards while adapting to American business culture?
That was very hard, Anisha, and I'm sure you can relate.
Yes.
No matter how much, meaning I love the United States. I love America. It's a big, huge country with so much
Mhm.
diversity. It's wide open, meaning, in Europe we are all stacked on top of each other. You know, so in that respect, it's a beautiful country, it goes fast. If you have an idea, you can implement it like this. It has so many, many positive, but
Mhm.
yet you always think about your roots. You
Yes.
always think about your family and your values and how you have been grown up. And you miss that no matter
Yes.
how. So, jungling both sides. I think that luckily today, like we were talking the other day, we have FaceTime, we have WhatsApp, we we have Zoom, so
Yes.
we can stay in touch with our family and our friends abroad much easier than it used to be at the time. I remember, uh, having quick conversation, by sending a quick letter to my mom through fax, because I
Mhm.
didn't want to wait because, that generation was like, yes, you can call me, but it will be nice to receive a letter every so often,
Yes.
you know?
Yes. And
Uh,
the days when it used to be so expensive to call abroad
yes,
because it was
yes,
charged,
it
or you had to
was.
wait in line to receive the call. Uh,
Yes.
Definitely, definitely a better world now.
Mhm.
Um, so you have the Buy Local Connection initiative. What motivated you to create it, and what impact has it had?
Well, we developed the Central New Jersey Buy Local Connection, who is a TV show, who is a spin-off of the Buy Local newsletter, the video newsletter Buy Local. So the Buy Local Connection newsletter are for merchants. So
Okay.
yeah, so they are for being basically merchant into their community. What do they do? What do they offer? And the newsletter carry that voice. So if you're a restaurant and you have a special, you can basically bring that promotion through the newsletter and through the Your Town Tube platform. But then we decided that after the pandemic, we really needed to boost our community. And so we started the Central New Jersey, well, who was first Mercer by Local Connection, and then we expanded to Central New Jersey by Local Connection. So we go around, we interview different businesses, and then we broadcast that TV show on Your Town Tube, but as well as on cable, Comcast, Fios, as well as streaming platforms such as Amazon, Apple, and Roku.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Um, so you have been trained in wellness therapy and business strategy.
Yes.
How do you blend these different aspects in your platforms?
Okay, so I'm a mindful coach, as well as a yoga teacher, as well as an aromatherapist, and so on and so on. So I have a whole list of wellness under my belt. And I bring it through the sister site of Your Town Tube, who's called fitfabandwelltube.com. And
Mhm.
there you find different experts into the art of wellness, mindfulness, myself, that share their content, their knowledge, and then this is just a springboard of what really they cater to their community. So they give tidbits on FitFab and WellTube, and then if you really want to continue to be, involve more with them, then you reach out to them, and then they have more extensive program that they can share with you.
Very nice. So how did you get into the wellness space, and what motivated you to continue doing all these different things that you've been up to?
Well, I actually originally come from the wellness sphere. So my mother was into that sphere. Both of my sisters were in, so we were all into, a finger into it. I was the only one that went into broadcasting, and then I came back to the wellness sphere, and. Basically, it's a little bit of a sad story. I got into an accident, and
Oh.
the recovery of that accident was very long. And so I started to self-taught myself in many modalities of healing. And therefore, by helping myself, then I started to find venues to help others.
Mhm. That's amazing. Sorry about the story, but I'm glad that, you used your background to recover and now you're helping other women. Um, can you walk us through how a local business or professional can best utilize your platforms?
Yes, absolutely. The first thing you do is by asking to be invited to the platform. So we create then a channel for your product, and you upload video content. And then if you want to be more involved in different initiatives that we are doing, such as the Mercer Influencer or the Buy Local Connection or other project, we are working right now very strongly on the remake of Trenton. So we have a dedicated page right there to rebuild the confidence and the positivity. So we are developing also a TV show right there. So we are welcoming any sponsorship that would like to support that TV show and that page. They are welcome. But the first step is really to be part of the community and by
Mhm.
uploading your video content. But this is done by invitation. So you reach out to Mike at yourtowntube.com.
Nice, nice. You guys are, I don't know how you guys do it, but you are doing so many things. How do you guys balance it? How do you make time for each other? How do you balance family and your business and his business and your businesses together? How do you do all that?
Well, that is a very hard question, Anisha. It is not easy because when you, as you know, as a self-entrepreneur, it's very quick to s- go over the boundaries. So the first thing you need to learn is to learn to say no.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing. And then is to create enough space in your life and to really block it off. You need to block it off. You need to say, okay, this time it is for me only and me only. So that is very important. And then you do the same thing with the family. So you need to be a little bit organized. You need to block off your time on your calendar so nothing gets in there. And then you need to be joyful and you need to create those moments. You cannot only think about work. It's not possible. That's not a
Mhm.
balanced life. You need to go out, share things, be together, eat together, laugh together, and continue to groom and grow the core family and the love within that family, because this is really what nourishes you to be able to spring forward.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Um, So, as beyond Swiss chocolate, what other elements of your European background give you a unique perspective on American business?
On American business, I think it is, and you will relate to that again, Anisha, is like when you bilingual,
Hmm.
you think different.
Yes, yes,
Yes. Words have different feelings in your own language versus the other language.
yes.
So when you look at a project, sometime you think in your own language that has a specific feeling that then you can translate to that American language. And I think that is the edge of any person that comes from a foreign country within the America. They are able to bring that flavor that, you know, your culture, your language really flourish within you.
Yes, that's a very nice perspective. Like I've thought about it like bilingual, we do have like I've always when I talk to Joe, it's like I'm thinking in my language and I'm trying to talk to him in English and it's sometimes, miscommunication, but that makes sense that the words have feelings and that's why we look at it differently, which is thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Um, so how do you measure success beyond viewer numbers?
How you as a person or as a business?
Either or.
As a person is, are you feel full? Is your cup full?
Mhm.
Do you feel joy? Are you relating to what you are doing? Are you in
Mhm.
peace with what you are doing? That is what really for me is success. Is not It's nice to have the money in the bank and to live comfortably, but is your heart full? Okay.
Mhm.
Is your mind at peace? That is the success. In question of business is, are you are you continuing to transform? Are you continuing to step forward, or are you stuck? And if you are stuck, what do you do about it? And sometimes it's not a question to throw out the towel and say, oh, okay, fine, this is not working. Let's pass to something else. Because then that is also a very American thing. You start, you stop, you start something else, you stop, you start something else, you stop. Now, if you really believe into what you're doing, and if you believe into your product, and if you believe into your business, and if you are there to help and serve others, then stay. Stay still into that moment and see what needs to be shifted. See what needs to be perhaps just groomed a little bit. Okay. And then step forward. Continue to step forward, but never, ever lose the belief within yourself.
Yes. Thank you. That's very inspirational. How do you maintain quality control while managing content from diverse creators and businesses?
Ah, you spend a lot of hours.
Yes.
Yes, so that is also a funny thing that you asked, because we were just talking about it with Mike the other day. And it was like, as your plate gets fuller and fuller, is like you need to prioritize. So,
Mhm.
what is going to move the needle for your purpose? Right? So you need to basically choose, what makes sense and what doesn't make sense. As you know, yourtowntube.com doesn't have cat and dogs chasing each other. That's not
Yeah.
that's not the content we are offering, right? We leave
Yeah.
that to Facebook, right? So that is by itself is aligning with your mission, looking at the content, seeing if the content really aligned to the community, aligned to the mission, and then prioritize that content based on, is it moving it forward? Is it moving that needle forward or not? So that's how you choose the flow of the content.
Very nice. Very nice. What's your vision for the future of local digital marketing?
Huge. Huge. I think that, we were the pioneer into our area. Nobody had video content. If you weren't living in New York, Los Angeles, or Chicago, town like Princeton didn't have one bit of video content. We were ahead of the curve at the time. And I think this is never, ever going to stop. Video is king into marketing. If you have not yet done any video content for your brand, then you need to start. And you also need to believe into which kind of message. I always say to the people, be strong into your own home base, because when you are strong at a home base, and if you one day go global, people globally going to look at your home base and see what you have done at home. If you are strong at home, you will be strong internationally. So the way that AI is coming into our world, I think it's going to help a lot of people creating their video content. We ourselves, as videographer and producer and editor, we are already using the force and power behind AI. So it helps us, by example, to create scripts, or, when you develop a character on TV and so on and so on. So that I think that will be continuing. As yourtowntube.com, the future is to be the home brand of every single home into our community.
Lovely. Love it. You guys are getting there.
Okay, thank you.
So what does me time look like for Gabi?
Me time for me?
Yeah.
Me time is prayer, and meditation and yoga.
Very nice. Very nice. So how has your definition of community changed since launching these platforms?
I think that Your Town Tube, we were talking about this home brand name. I think that Your Town Tube is the conduit of our community. Everybody that has gone to any type of event into this area, or to even a Princeton Mercer Regional Chamber of Commerce event, or anyone that really is out there networking, can see the power behind Your Town Tube. They can see that we are that link that put people together, and that even once you have left an event, you are still existing on our platform.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
absolutely. What advice would you give someone who wants to build a community-focused platform in their area?
Which kind of recommendation? Or stay focused. Grab like 5 top people that can surround you, that are strongly aligning with your mission. Make them your voice out there and start to branch out.
Nice, nice. So if an immigrant woman who is in the US is looking to start a business of her own, what would be your advice?
So I will say, really define the why. Really define the why. What is your why? Why are you doing this? Why do you want to do this? And really go deep. So, most of the people, they will say, oh, I want to do that because I'm going to help this, that, and the other. But really, I'm going to make enough money to support my family. Okay. That's not a deep enough why. All right. You got to dig deeper. You really got to dig and dig till you find your why. Go back to Evan, why you came into this country. What do you bring to the table? Right? What is your unique self? That fabric, that one thing. We are all unique, but what is that one thing that is so very precious within yourself, that no matter what is going to arrive, because the storm are going to arrive, but it's not going to break you.
Yes, yes.
Find your
So,
why.
so I'm sure you've encountered storms in these past 12, 13 years of your launching the business. What has helped you stay anchored in those storms?
Prayer. Yeah.
Lovely. Lovely. So if somebody tell our listeners how they can get in touch with you if they want to learn more about your services or use your services, how can they reach out to you?
Yes, absolutely. Well, you can reach out to me at Gabi at fitfabandwelltube.com, but it's better to reach out to Mike. He is way more accessible than me. So reach out to Mike at yourtowntube.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. You are doing so many things, and I wish you all the best.
Well, thank you, Anisha, and good luck to you. Awesome podcast. And I can't wait who else you're going to bring on the platform.
Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Welcome.